Hello, Buddhas. I have got to tell you about the night that I have been having because it's phenomenal. Now, Buddhas, before we get started, there's a link down in the doodly-doo. You know the drill. Helps you have a spiritual awakening if you haven't started there yet. I suggest starting from the beginning. Now, my night. This is just a little story that can hopefully put a little bit of what I've been talking about forever now, it seems, into perspective. So tonight, I decided to go out for a walk. I'm just going to talk about the walk itself pretty much because my whole day is irrelevant, but this walk, things happened and it was amazing. Start things off, I went out for a walk with the intention of making a video about the knife that I manifested. Now, you can go down the video description, you'll get to that video eventually, but it's just a couple videos past, so I suggest watching it starting there and watching the last 4 videos then in a row. Because I made a video in the location where I got that knife initially, and I was talking about that, and it was amazing. And it really got me in that headspace talking about how I did it. Not really how I did it, but how it happened, really, because I practically wasn't involved. And then I decided to go for a walk and sit at a monument in the city and talk about permission, which I did. It was beautiful. Well, as soon as I finished that permission video, I was just packing up my gear, and a man walked by and said, "Hey, I think you forgot a piece of your camera equipment. There's a camera stand just down the way there, a couple feet." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. Thank you for the heads up." So I went and looked at it, and it was a nice little camera stand, actually. And I made a video about that as well. So that's 3 videos that I made, bang, bang, bang. And I was very happy, because I'd only gone out to really make 1 video, and I ended up making 4 in total, 5 now, which is just so blessed. Because, believe it or not, I do stress about making these videos sometimes because I want to get content to you guys, and it kills me when I'm not providing that value. Anyways, even though I don't want it to be crap, I want it to actually be about things that matter. So, besides the point, I'm getting off tangent here. Those 3 videos, boom, 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 playing after each other. The first video about the manifestation, then a video about the permission to have, essentially, and then a video about being given something by the universe and going through the concept of, do I have the permission to actually take this thing? Which I did, because there was no one around, and I took it. It's mine. Now, I walked home, had a lovely evening, and I felt compelled to go and sit with my motorcycle, which I absolutely love to do. I love my motorcycle. I think there's a bond between humans and machines in many ways, and motorcycles hold a special place in my heart. I don't know why, but it's just special and fun. And I'm sitting there thinking, oh, it would be great to make a video about this, which I did do. But in order to shoot that video, I needed a taller stand than I had initially gone out of the house with. And the stand that I was given ended up being the perfect opportunity to do that. But what really strikes me, hello Butterscotch, we have a kitty cameo, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to manhandle him into place here and we can continue to talk. What really boggled my mind, you going to stay? Was how earlier in the night, after I had gotten the stand, it had a phone. We are going to make this work. There we go. The stand that I had been gifted by the universe had a phone holder on it, not a camera holder. I shoot this on a Canon RP mirrorless camera. But I knew that I could put my ball head onto the stand because it had a 1/4-20 thread. And I actually imagined unthreading the smaller tripod I had gone out with and rethreading this new one so that it would have the proper attachment so that I could make a video with my camera in the spot that I'm making a video right now, but right now I'm not using that tripod, I'm using the one I keep in the house because it's heavy. And I actually ended up thinking, this is the thing that is blowing my mind right now, Buddhas, and I have to share with you. I actually ended up thinking and feeling myself unscrewing the thing, putting it together. I'm very mechanical, I'm good at that stuff, it's easy, but I imagined doing it. And then immediately after imagining doing it, within the hour, I was downstairs in the basement doing it, just off the cuff, because I wanted to make that video without going upstairs, grabbing tools and stuff. I did it all there, and I used, here's the thing that blows my mind too, on top of all of this, I had to use the screwdriver built into the knife that I had found last year that I just made a video about in order to accomplish properly, because the threaded insert was unscrewing itself. I had to rethread it, and you can only do that with a flathead screwdriver, which I only have on that knife, not on the other knife that I normally carry around with me anyways. So every single thing that happened this evening blossomed from one initial idea of, I'm going to go make a Buddha Billionaire video about this knife and finally talk about the fact that I manifested the shit out of thin air. And actually just accept that, embrace that, and move forward. Because so much of my time is being wasted in my own head justifying how any of this stuff works. Saying, okay, the knife is a perfect example, and this is going to be the continuation of one long video that's come out over the last 4 episodes, essentially, but this is one of 4 parts that we're going to make into a little mini-series, obviously, which was never the intention. I wanted to go out and make one video about the knife, but this is turning into this perfect manifestation blooming, this vinage, this... I had the seed of an idea, I need to make a video about the knife, about how real it was, which has now turned into this final little chat that I'm doing, and I realize this is a bit more off the cuff and a little bit more story-based, but if I'm losing you, I apologize. I'll answer any questions down in the comments below. I would happily like to do that. I would even happily like to make this into more of a conversation overall. I don't want to talk at you. I want to talk with you. And I think that this is the perfect platform and the perfect way to move this forward, because Buddhas, I went out to make a video for you about this knife so that I could finally put to rest the idea that I manifested this shit. I just have to accept that. For a year, I've been trying to justify in my mind how it could have happened. Not literally constantly, I'm not obsessed with it, but every time the knife would come up, I'd say, oh yeah, but someone must have dropped it. Oh yeah, but it was made by a human on Earth at some point. You know what? Sure. But you need to accept the permission to have. And that was the second video that I ended up making. Off the cuff, hadn't planned on making it. And then, in doing this exact thing, the universe was like, hey, as a real person, a real guy walked by, although I didn't technically touch him, so maybe he was just an illusion, I don't know, can't prove it. Either way, it's fun. See, an aside, that last comment that I made, I'm not sure where that came from. That's the kind of stuff that pops into my head, and because this is turning into a rant anyways, I'm going to just continue going. I used to get in trouble with adults for saying stuff like that, because they'd think that I'm stupid or silly, or it would make them uncomfortable or whatever, but I'm done with that shit. I am an adult. By the human standards, by World of Caesar standards, I am an adult at this point. So, no more adult arguing. There's no point. It's way more fun, Buddhas, to be a kid. And I can take the adult perspective, or I can take the kid perspective. And the kid perspective is, I manifested a knife. And it has turned into 4 of the best videos I've ever made. Because they are the most raw, the most honest, and the most sincere, down-to-earth. If you were actually sitting across from me on this couch right now, this is the story I would be telling you about my night. And it makes my heart swell and glow, and I'm so happy to share this with you. I don't get, like, in a moment like this, right now, this is the raw, real, manifesting truth. I don't give a crap about monetization. I don't give a crap about likes. I don't give a crap about money right now. I'm just so happy to finally be sharing this epic story with you, Buddhas. Go back and start from the beginning. I will link that obviously in the video description. If you haven't seen the other 3 videos, I would actually watch them all together in one little series here, because I was supposed to make it. I can't justify how, what, where, when, why, or whatever, but this evening has been absolutely incredible. I want to thank every single one of you who's ever watched a video. I need to do that more often, honestly. Moving forward, you guys are what make this possible. And frankly, at this point, I haven't seen a cent of revenue from Buddha Billionaire, but that's not why I do it. And I think that's the big proof. Over the last year, I haven't given up doing this, and I haven't made a cent. When's the last time, and this is not an accusation, this is like, how do you know that you love to do something? When's the last time you did something without making a cent because you wanted to keep doing it? that you give to others. You could do things for yourself all the time, obviously, but like, I do this because A, I love it, I do it for me, but I also want to share it with you. And I'm finally realizing that I love this so, so much, and I want to keep doing it. I want to keep having nights like this, and I want to keep this journey going cray-cray, and Buddhas, we're going for a yacht. So we're going to join the Buddha Billionaire on a yacht at some point. It's going to happen very soon. And Buddhas, I think that's about it. This has been a 10-minute video. I don't normally go this long, but maybe you'll appreciate why I did. And I would love to know your thoughts, comments, feelings down below in the video description. There's going to be links, comments. I need to get less wordy with this. But until then, kitty cameo. And remember, Buddhas, at the end of the day, the most important thing is to love yourself. Mwah!